Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we need to talk about some big changes that Rockstar have made to Grand Theft Auto Online, the impact that has on the immediate, and also what that will have on the future as far as the next DLC update goes. So this all started the other day when insider TezFunds2 posted this on Twitter. He said, background update. Rockstar patched the dupe glitches making use of the Criminal Enterprise starter pack menu. They patched the facility dupe glitch workaround, fixed an issue with the RC Bandito tank hotfix, and added 3 vehicles to the casino podium list. So we're going to be diving into all of those. The first thing that Rockstar did is get rid of 2 duplication glitches. One of them involved the facility, and another involved the Criminal Enterprise starter pack menu. That's like the beginner pack that Rockstar introduced a couple of years ago that gives you like $10 million worth of items for free if you purchase the pack. The stuff that you get in the pack is not all that great, especially for a more advanced player, someone who already likely has their own stuff. It's like the worst of locations and vehicles, but it does get you started at least. Apparently there were some duplication glitches going on with that, and Rockstar have gotten rid of those. As far as the issue with the RC Bandito / tank hotfix, TezFunds2 responded to a couple of people wondering what was going on there. Nick ended up asking, I wonder if the RC Bandito and tank hotfix had to do with Arena War. You would get stuck in the arena if you blew it up. And he said, yes, it is to do with the Arena War. Before the update, the hotfix would apply to both free roam and Arena War. Now it only affects free roam. And another individual asked, that's interesting, which issue with the Bandito hotfix did they fix? Have they fixed the thing where you appear right where the vehicle was destroyed? And he said basically the hotfix was messing things up in the arena. They limited it to free roam so that you won't experience issues with the Bandito in Arena War. So this is actually an issue that I did kind of notice because one of my daily objectives over the last couple of days was to use the RC Bandito. And I did notice there was a little bit of funkiness going on with it there, but I'm glad that Rockstar has ultimately fixed it. And then the big one here, Rockstar have added 3 new vehicles to the casino podium list. And this means a lot for Grand Theft Auto Online. It means a lot for the immediate, like what those vehicles are, and we'll talk about that in a second, and also what that means for a future GTA Online update. So as far as what new vehicles were added, they really don't make a lot of sense, or at least 2 out of 3 of them don't make a lot of sense. The first is the Apocalypse Death Bike, the second is the Itali GTO, and the third is the Half Track. So those are the 3 new vehicles that Rockstar have added to the casino podium list, and I get the Itali GTO. That's a sports car. It's one of the best sports cars in the game, so when that's added, that's obviously going to be really cool. But how does an Arena War bike and a military truck fit inside a luxury casino? I don't know. That just seems like a weird option. Of all the cars that Rockstar could add, they chose those 2. I feel like they were just like blindfolded and threw like a dart at a dartboard, and whatever vehicles it landed on, that's the ones they decided to add, because the Death Bike and the Half Track, that is a little peculiar. So now you might be wondering, well, how many total vehicles are left at the Lucky Wheel Casino podium? And this is the complete list so far, including the new additions that Rockstar have made. The Apocalypse Death Bike, the Itali GTO, the Half Track, the VSTR, the R88, the S80RR, Sultan Classic, Reaper, and then this week Rockstar added the Pariah. So I'm going to include it on the list, but know that that's the one that Rockstar introduced for this current event week. So including the Pariah that was released this week, we have 9 vehicles left. But as you guys just saw, Rockstar can pretty much add vehicles anytime they want. So just because you see the list dwindling down doesn't necessarily mean changes can or cannot be made. Now, those are the vehicles and how it will affect potentially the next couple of weeks. But what about the effect that this might have on the next event week? Well, insider TezFunds2 said this. He said, at this rate, the podium list will last up until June 11th or June 18th. I had my doubts that we would see a new update anytime soon, after they added lots of vehicles to the podium list. Since we all know the deal with updates that are supposed to arrive in June, it's better we just skip it and focus on July. Okay, so what he's talking about here is if Rockstar don't add any more vehicles, since there's 9 remaining, and since they, at least so far, have done 1 new vehicle per week on the Lucky Wheel, that means that we're going to run out of cars if Rockstar doesn't add any more by either June 11th or June 18th. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, those sound like good days to add a new DLC into online. Well, really not so fast. As Insider TezFunds2 said, they could add more, or it's very likely that they will just release the update in July. So I know that sounds like ages away. We've got the rest of April, the rest of May, rest of June, and then sometime in July, but that is when Rockstar loves adding DLCs into the game. In fact, most of their summer updates have come out in July, so it's no surprise that they end up choosing that month in order to release it. And given the current situation of the world right now, which we'll talk about in a little bit, it's no shock that there wasn't a spring update or an update that is even going to come out in May or June or around that time. I would assume Rockstar needs all the extra time they can get in order to develop and build whatever is going to be coming out next. And sort of building off of that, someone ended up saying more than likely wasn't the original plan after all. When you hit record player numbers after 6 years, you want to get a small one out a few months after to tide all those players over for those extra few months until the next big one. But given this situation, it'll be a lot smoother if they hold off. You never know what kind of exploitable bugs, perfect for griefing, we'd be stuck with for the next 3 to 4 months if they were to throw out an update now. Nobody is justified in holding it against them. And Insider TezFunds2 said exactly. They did plan out a small update, but those were the initial plans from a while ago, before this whole situation. It lined up with what I found on the game code, the open wheel race creator that wasn't part of the Casino Heist update. The positive change is that rather the hype train cooling down on a small station, it's going full steam all the way to the big station. Okay, so clearly what they're talking about here is the unprecedented and uncertain times we're going through right now. As you know, Rockstar is working from home like most people are, and because of that, it might be a little bit harder to develop updates, go through all their quality assurance processes when it comes to putting out a DLC, and because of that, there were originally plans for a small update to occur in the spring. And as you heard from Insider TezFunds2 there, it likely was going to be around open wheel races because there was an open wheel race creator script that was found but wasn't added as a part of the Casino Heist update. And so what he thinks has happened is that Rockstar has either scrapped that update or maybe they've just added it as a part of a bigger update that's going to be coming out in the summer. And so he thinks this actually might be good because I'm kind of on the same boat here. I wasn't exactly hyped for an entire DLC based around the open wheel races. I didn't love them enough to get super excited about that, but I would get super excited if it was a tiny part of a bigger update that encompassed more cool things for GTA Online. So I think that's what we're going to see in the summer months. Now, what that update is going to be about, we don't really have any idea, at least yet. But Rockstar has definitely been making some big changes in Grand Theft Auto Online to prepare for that update coming out. And it's weird that they only chose to add 3 new vehicles. Maybe they just didn't want to overextend their hand by adding 4, 5, or 6. And adding only 1 or 2 seems a little unnecessary. So maybe 3 vehicles adding it to the Lucky Wheel podium is kind of their bare minimum. But we'll just kind of have to wait and see how this whole thing shakes out. It's something that I'm going to be closely monitoring, and if there are any new changes, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated as well. But I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think Rockstar is up to in Grand Theft Auto Online? Do you think they're doing something to sort of delay or push back the next update with the vehicles they're adding to the casino podium list? Let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well, Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.